I went down the wrong pipe. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very long time since I've done one of these collection update videos. I'm very excited because I have a lot of very different, fun, weird stuff today. This pile I'm very excited about because this came from my parents' house. I rifled through my dad's whole DVD collection and I found all of my old childhood DVDs, so we're getting real weird today. Then over here we have mostly new DVDs and Blu-rays that I've acquired. This top stack is like brand new releases, like 2021, 2022 releases. So I'm gonna save this stack for last. We have a small bit in here that I did thrift, but I think it's only like 3 movies. And then the rest of them are ones that I actually got on Black Friday. So it's been a minute. I have a lot to update you guys on, so let's just get into it. Didn't choke that time. Nice. So let's kick it off with these childhood memories, yeah? Up first we have Groundhog Day, just a classic comedy with Bill Murray, has a lot of heart. I haven't watched it in like several years, but I'm pretty sure it's still a good movie. Also, a lot of these aren't horror, and this is a horror channel, so I'm gonna kind of breeze past the non-horror titles. This is a nice Blu-ray, has a lot of special features, very nice. Up next we have Avatar, which I think we got this copy with our brand new TV that we got like 10 or 12 years ago or something. And if you'll notice, it's a special Blu-ray 3D Panasonic exclusive edition. Yeah, we used to have a 3D TV and we only used the 3D feature maybe like 3 or 4 times. Once was definitely to watch this movie, although I don't feel like it really enhances the movie that much. If anything, the 3D glasses just make the movie look darker. It's like wearing sunglasses to watch a movie and have things feel slightly closer to you. I'm also not really a big fan of 3D in the theater because the same thing happens, and also 3D movies have almost entirely died out, so I feel like people are catching on that it's definitely more of a gimmick. Anyways, that's off topic. Up next would be the Spiderwick Chronicles. This is a pretty nice sleeved DVD edition. I'm pretty sure we got this because one of my dad's best friends was a producer on this movie. Oh, also, oh my god. It's the clacker from the movie. Yeah, this is actually from the movie. My dad went with said friend, I think, to some kind of auction that they had. So yeah, super random piece of actual movie thing that I own. Up next, we have the 30th anniversary edition of The Princess Bride. I know a lot of people have some kind of like emotional attachment to this movie. I don't really, like, I don't know. I don't fully understand the hype. Like, it's a really cute story, but I don't find it to be funny at all. So there's just a little bit of a disconnect. Up next, oh my god. I don't know how many times I watched this movie in my life growing up, but Bend It Like Beckham, this DVD and I have been through some stuff. It stars Keira Knightley too when she was super young, and I played soccer too for like 8 years when I was younger, so this was just a very formative movie to me. Even though it's super weird that the coach ends up having a romantic interest in 2 of the girls on his team, and I'm pretty sure they're underage. Like, I don't know what was actually going on with that. I'm gonna have to rewatch this just to see what all the fuss was about because I'm pretty sure this is a very strange movie. But I loved it. I don't know what else to say. Up next, another DVD that has just been through the absolute ringer. Yup, Finding Nemo. And I didn't even know that this had all these special features on it. It's a 2-disc collector's edition. But yeah, this DVD literally came out in 2003, so this is almost 20 years old. Just been a staple in my life. Up next is a DVD that I have no idea how I came in possession of, but that's Happy Feet. I've also literally only seen this movie one time and I was a child. I don't know why we own it. I don't even remember liking it that much. I was like, what is going on here? It's just some nerd penguin that wants to dance. Is it meant to be like the animated children's version of Footloose or something? I haven't seen that movie either. Up next, we have some Star Wars titles. I think I got my dad the entire collection on Blu-ray a while back, maybe for like his birthday. So I got to have a couple of the movies we already had. First up is Attack of the Clones, which is a movie that I loved simply because I was young and it was a movie and we had it on DVD. Haven't seen this one since though because I just generally don't really care about the early 2000s trilogy, but I did love this movie when I was a kid, so we'll have to see. This Star Wars movie though, this is my favorite Star Wars movie of all time if I had to rank them. Return of the Jedi, obviously a classic, might be everybody's favorite, you know, maybe I'm just that basic bitch. But this DVD and I have been through some stuff together. I showed so many friends this movie, and I'm pretty sure none of them really cared. Whoa. This has literally been on this DVD for probably like 20 years. I don't know how this didn't come off sooner. Cause yeah, I think that this was released in 2006. Wild. Oh my god, I know I keep saying this, but this next DVD we have been through some times. I don't know how many times I've played you, I really don't. It is the live action Peter Pan with Jason Isaacs playing Captain Hook. This movie was everything to me. Jeremy Sumter was my childhood crush. Back in my hometown, they would actually do a celebrity basketball night where the high school basketball team would play against celebrities. And Jeremy Sumter, Mr. Peter Pan himself, came and he played in one when I think I was probably like 12. Oh my god, I was like, excuse me while I go scream into the toilet. I'm pretty sure I got something autographed, but I lost whatever that was. I remember I just literally couldn't speak because it was like the childhood love of my life and just he was right across from me. I would imagine it's kind of like if most 12-year-old girls ever got to meet Justin Bieber during that era. He was my Bieber. Up next, yet again, no idea how many times this DVD has been played. One of my all-time favorites, Treasure Planet. Such an underrated movie. I'm so mad about it. Y'all let this flop, and why? It's a movie about pirates in space. Pirates in space! It's so weird. There are so many strange characters. It's a little bit like Star Wars, but I also kind of had a little crush on Jimbo. He gives me like Skater Boy vibes. Disney needs to revisit this. Up next, if you've been around for a long time, you probably already know this, but this movie. And this movie franchise deserves more. Actually, well, no, they just made a new show on Disney Plus, like The Adventures of Buck Wild or something. So it's getting what it's due, but I just think that more adults honestly need to recognize the significance of this franchise. It's so good. All these early 2000s DVDs that I have as well also have a ton of bonus features. This one has like an extra short film. It's a 2-disc edition. On here it says bonus includes all new animated short film Scrat's Missing Adventure. I wonder if Disney Plus has all the short films too. This was released in 2002. This is 20 years old. God bless my parents for not getting rid of all of my childhood DVDs. This next, oh my god, I'm just sailing down memory lane. I hope you're walking with me. This movie, this has been played so many times. Oh my god. I just feel like they don't do special features the way that they used to. Like back before streaming, they got so creative with the bonus features. Like this one has a video game extra, interactive Universal Studios backlot adventure, trivia challenge, behind the scenes featurette, feature commentaries, and also on the DVD menu, I have to show you this because it's like Amanda Bynes and she's just like showing you everything on the menu.
Now that's more like it. A girl's gotta have options.
10 out of 10. They also don't do DVD menus the way they used to anymore. Up next would be Mrs. Doubtfire. I've probably had this DVD for like 12 years or something. Not quite as long as some of my other ones. I didn't find this movie super young. I was probably like 8 or 9 when I found it, so it's not like all these other ones, but still a certified Robin Williams classic. This next one is for my horror lovers, and oh my god, Arachnophobia. This is a lost 90s gem. This movie is 110 minutes long, and my 5-year-old little butt would park in front of the TV and sit through the entire thing, mesmerized. I loved this movie so much when I was a kid. I don't really know why. I think it made me scared of spiders. It's probably so goofy. Like, I remember some scenes that are just burned into my memory, but other than that, I truly wonder if this is like a pure shitstorm. Which brings me to this. I wanted to let you guys know that at some point in the coming months, I'm gonna do a really fun video. I've decided to revisit all of the horror movies that I loved as a child and as a teenager, so this would be included, and the title would probably be something like, are these horror movies great, or was I just 12? I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm definitely gonna watch this soon, also because I'm gonna have to start working on my top 10 horror movies of the 90s video soon. And this is the last movie that I took from my parents' house. It's called Batteries Not Included. It's some random early Spielberg movie. I've literally never seen this in my life. My parents also have no idea how they came to own this. I think my grandparents probably gave it to my dad or something. He wasn't interested in it, but I was, just because it's early Spielberg and it looks very sci-fi, very interesting. Spielberg did love to make a good alien movie. But now, exciting times, it's time to move on to all of my new purchases. We're gonna have to do some more rearranging because it's not in the order that I would like to share. These are all the brand new releases, so I'm gonna leave them here for now. But I went to Goodwill so long ago. This had to have been like months ago at this point. I think it was like October, but I did pick up 3 new movies. The first being American American Psycho. I did watch this for the first time with my dad, which was like a huge mistake. Nice Blu-ray edition. I don't know when I'll watch this again, honestly. It was like the horror version of Wolf of Wall Street, kind of. I don't know if it's really my jam. I think I will keep it though because I feel like at some point I will revisit it. This next one actually kind of feels like it belongs in this stack, but I never owned it on DVD. I think I did have it on VHS though because I watched this movie more times than I could tell you. The Emperor's New Groove. Oh my god. And I found this New Groove edition. Includes deleted scenes, music videos, set-top game, and more. What's a set-top game? I don't know. I just can't believe that I found a sleeved edition and it's in such good shape. And it's also one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, wow. The luck that I have. Up next is a movie that I have never actually seen before, and that would be Practical Magic. I'm really excited to watch this. I really wanted to watch it back in like October when I got this. Seems like great spooky witchy vibes. And Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman playing witches. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna love this movie. There's a little witch in every woman. Oh my god, Coven vibes. American Horror Story Coven vibes. Look down there. Look at them with their little umbrellas. That's all that I thrifted though for this update, which is surprising. I usually thrift most of my DVDs and Blu-rays, but we did have a very successful Black Friday haul, so let's get into that. These are all still in their plastic because I think that I will do some unwrapping TikToks. I did quite a few of those a long time ago, and I think I'm gonna bring it back because these are way better movies to do it for. I do a little bit of like ASMR, peeling the plastic off. It's very satisfying. Oh, but yeah, this is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This also has a 55-minute long making of documentary. I'm so geeked. I'm probably gonna bring this home and make my dad watch the documentary with me because we just watched and ranked the entire Terminator franchise. We did that on a live a couple months back if you want to watch that. One of the best in the franchise, obviously. Then, this is also very exciting. I found a 7-film collection. All of the Leprechaun movies wrapped into one. Or all the movies that I know of. I don't know this franchise at all. I've never seen any one of them. All I know is that Jennifer Aniston is in the very first movie. So I was thinking that I would watch all the movies of this franchise and I would rank them for St. Patrick's Day. So if that sounds interesting, I hope that you subscribe if you haven't already. Up next, I'm very excited about all of these new purchases, by the way, but this one is a certified banger. I'm really excited to watch these movies. I did watch the first Evil Dead a while back and I wasn't really a big fan of it, but now I'm way more into 80s horror because I just explored that decade extensively to prep for my top 10 horror movies of the 80s video, and I really want to do an original versus remake comparison. I want to watch Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness to prep for the new one that's coming out this year. Or maybe not this year, it might be coming out next year, I don't know, but I think it's supposed to be coming out this year. And I'll probably do an entire franchise deep dive as well, so I'll have like my remake versus original comparison video, and then I'll do a whole franchise deep dive and ranking. But that's gonna have to wait for the new one to come out. Up next, we have Avengers Endgame. I also just recently spent the past like month and a half rewatching pretty much every single Marvel movie with my parents. So this was a nice find. Sometimes we don't have Disney Plus, sometimes we do, you know, so if I ever want to watch this, it's nice to have all my favorite Marvel movies on Blu-ray. Up next, very excited about this one yet again. We have a double feature of both of the Zombieland movies. This is a rare case where, if my memory serves me correctly, I enjoyed the sequel more than the first one. They're just a silly, goofy time, amazing cast, obviously. So this was great, nice compact little collection here. The first steelbook I have ever purchased. I found it for $10. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Look at this beauty. There's also 4 feature commentaries on this. Like, are you joking? I'm literally gonna have to watch all 4 of them because I think I might do a comparison of this Texas Chainsaw with the new one that's coming out in February. I just thought it would be super interesting because it's almost a 50-year retrospective, so I thought it would be really interesting to compare those movies. And if you're interested, I have already compared this one to the 2003 remake. Up next, these are some movies that I've never seen, so brace yourself here. Yeah. I know the Francis Ford Coppola bros, you know, The Godfather. They're gonna be a little bit upset about that one, oops. But I purchased them with the intent to watch them, okay? Up next, I recently watched An American Werewolf in London for the very first time, so I'm excited that I found it on Blu-ray. This is an excellent werewolf movie, maybe like the best werewolf movie ever, although I haven't really dived into that subgenre yet. But there is a consensus on this one. This is a fan favorite. Up next, yes! I found Clueless. Very happy about this. Had a very big crush on Paul Rudd, and honestly, like all the members members of this cast. Very formative movie. They don't make rom-coms like this anymore. But I guess falling in love with your stepbrother has maybe lost some of its spice. Oh, wait, I thrifted this one too. Oh, it was just out of order in the stack. My apologies. But I found the Friday the 13th remake, which I really enjoyed upon a rewatch. I didn't really like this movie at all the first time that I watched it, but now I find it very entertaining. It's so stupid. And it's also really brutal. I think it's one of my favorite Jasons for sure. Up next was another great find. I think I got this for like $5 at Target. We have the original Pet Sematary from the 1980s, and it kind of feels like I'm repeating myself, but I do plan on doing an original versus remake of this fairly soon. There is an untitled Pet Sematary project that is going to be released either this year or next, so I thought that would be an appropriate time to make some Pet Sematary content. Probably not coming to you anytime soon, but it's coming someday. And finally, this is the last of the Black Friday hauls. A movie that time is beginning to forget, and I don't know why. This movie has such big names in it too. Like John Malkovich, Dave Franco, Teresa Palmer, Nicholas Hoult, Rob Corddry, Leo Tipton, and it's so dumb. It's like a horror rom-com, and I personally want more of those. She falls in love with a zombie. Like, I love it. It also made me cry when I saw it in theaters, but I was also 14 years old and the hormones were wild back then. So anyways, now it's time to move on to all of the brand new releases. Let me start with this one here because this is not horror and everything else is. I got the new The Suicide Squad. Still very weird to me that this wasn't like Suicide Squad 2. You know, it's just Suicide Squad but with a the. I loved this movie. I gave it 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. I said that this is a slasher film because it is. It's very bloody. There's so much killing. I think it's actually hilarious. Like, this might be kind of a guilty pleasure movie, if you will. But James Gunn, I think, did an excellent job at taking this concept and these characters and actually making a very entertaining, good movie. And I think he's in talks right now to be making the next one. So sign me up for that. Up next, this is the only one that was not a sleeved edition, but it is The Night House. In my opinion, this was the scariest movie released in 2021, and Rebecca Hall was giving it her all. Certified fresh, as you can see. Amazing movie, somewhat of a meditation on near-death experiences. So love that. On to the next. The last 4 movies I'm utterly obsessed with, and I cannot wait to rewatch them. Up first, we have The Last Night in Soho, and this packaging is so stunning. This poster, I'm obsessed. You also get bonus features like deleted scenes, go behind the scenes with the filmmakers and talent. What more could you ask for? This is another 4.5 star movie for me. Come haunt this party with me. Ooh. Okay. Screaming, crying, throwing up. I got the extended cut with the alternate ending of Halloween Kills, and I'm so excited to finally watch it. People were talking about it so much on Twitter when this released, like everybody went out and got this right away and they were watching the extended cut, and apparently it's also really good. This was yet another 4.5 star movie for me, and it's just this beautiful sleeved edition. Oh, I will cherish it until I die. Up next, this is a movie that I already owned, but they released this brand new edition of it, and once you see what it is, you'll understand why I got it. Yeah. So this has some amazing special features. I think they have all the original ones that were on the original DVD, but now they also have A Bloody Legacy, Scream 25 years later. I've also never watched this movie with the audio commentary by Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson, so I'm excited to finally listen to that. And it's just beautiful. It's sleeved. It's in 4K. I found it, I think, for like 18 bucks. Sublime. And lastly, the last thing I have to update you guys on is Malignant. I know that the horror audiences are very split on this movie. I loved it. Granted, the first act is not great, but oh my god, the genre-bending turns this movie took. What a rush. What a wild ride. Not too many special features though, which I'm kind of bummed about, but there is like a Malignant James Wan's vision. I think it's probably just a short little featurette, but we'll have to see. This is one that I also really want to rewatch soon. But that does it, my dear children. There you have it, my entire DVD Blu-ray update. I forgot about my tea. That is very cold. So maybe let me know down below what you've picked up recently. What new releases did you get? How do you feel about the extended cut of Halloween Kills? I'm so excited to watch that. Or maybe let me know what your favorite movie out of this stack is. I would love to know. But that'll do it for this video. So as always, I want to say thank you to my patrons. You guys are getting some bonus content very soon because I'm actually going to be filming it right now when I'm done with this video. I'll be reacting to every movie I've ever given 5 stars on Letterboxd. And someday down the line, I do want to react to every movie I've ever given a half star on Letterboxd. So if you would also like to get bonus content and if you'd like to get my kisses at the end of every single video, you can sign up for my Patreon linked down below. But other than that, stay classy, drink your tea while it's hot, and bye!